So are the 49ers overrated? That's what I titled my video, but in my mind, it's more or less, are the 49ers overconfident? There's talk outside of 49er land that the Niners' mindset going into this season is a mindset that's dangerous, that the fact that they're all talking about, we got to get back to the same point and finish. A lot of people think they're overlooking the season. And in some part of my mind, I think that might be true. But we have to remember that during the era that we were really dominant, during the 80s and 90s, anything less than Super Bowl victory was considered a letdown or a failure. So in my mind, it's good to have that mindset. But outside of 49er land, a lot of people might think of 49ers are overrated. A one-year wonder, it was a fluke. We're not sustainable. Our success isn't sustainable long-term. And we really honestly won't know the answer to that until the season starts. And, injuries have a lot to do with it. We've had some injuries in camp, not to really anybody that was on the roster during last year's run, because Jalen Hurd wasn't. So it really doesn't have any effect. It's not like we're missing him and we're going to miss his, production. We never had his production. But there is a mindset out there that the Niners are overrated and that the Niners are overconfident. I'm in the mindset of I'd rather have a team be overconfident and overrated than a team that is out of it by the end of September and that the fan base has to look forward to the draft and free agency every single year because the team is bad. So if that's the conversation we're going to have, I'm totally okay with having it. Do I think the Niners are overrated? No, I do not. If anything, the Niners are slighted by the fact that Tom Brady's now in the NFC and we still have the Saints, and the Cowboys somehow always get a lot of attention from the national media. So for the Niners to be overrated, I don't think so. If anything, I think the Niners are underrated and ignored to an extent. ESPN's forced to talk about him sometime, and usually when they do talk about him, it's Stephen A. Idiot, talking about, something along the lines of Garoppolo is the reason that the Niners won't win the Super Bowl, or Garoppolo is the weak link. So, no, I don't think we're overrated at all. Overconfidence can be dangerous. This team really has to focus on game in and game out. You want to get back to that moment and finish it, but this year we might have a better team but a worse record and not have the number one seed. I mean, there's only one number one seed this year, and it's the Bucks have Brady and Gronk and Godwin and Mike Evans. The Saints. A lot of people think the Saints have the best roster in the NFC, and they might, top to bottom. But I can argue with that. I think the 49ers have a pretty damn good roster. Their secondary might be a little bit, might be their weak link. But our pass rush is, when healthy, I think, extremely dominant, and if not one of the best, maybe the best in the NFL. And then, honestly, it just comes down to, with the 49ers, injuries, complacency, mistakes in games, Turnovers. Garoppolo's got to cut down on the interceptions. I think that was really his biggest issue last year. More consistency in the red zone, scoring in the red zone. I think one of our biggest red zone options we have now is a guy, say, like Jawan Jennings, a bigger guy, or a guy like Jordan Reed. We have some bigger guys down there that we can go to that might help that situation. Plus, Mostert can pretty much do it from anywhere. Jeff Wilson Jr. is also a guy that we can look to in that situation. So, there's always things to be worked on. There's always things to get better at. And the defense can improve on their run defense. That was definitely an Achilles heel of theirs last year that was very noticeable, especially when they play a team like the Ravens. But overconfident, I don't think the team's overconfident. I think the 49ers are just a really talented team that wants to get back to where they were and finish the job. They just got to stay focused on the task at hand, and health plays a big part in it. You guys know. I mean, you could have the best roster in the NFL, but if all the guys are hurt, then you're just a bunch of guys off the street and backups and practice squad players. So, and then as far as are the 49ers overhyped? I don't think so. I think the Niners are undervalued. I think the 49ers are overlooked. And the only way the 49ers are going to really be able to do anything about that is if they win the Super Bowl. And that's what it really comes down to. So we will see in the long run what happens. We still have about a month before the season starts. We got to get through camp healthy. Hopefully nobody of any importance goes down. And then we will see. But overhyped, overconfident, I say no on both of them. Maybe I'm wrong. But only time will tell. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to everyone later. Everyone have a great, fantastic day. Stay safe and stay healthy. And I'll see you on the flip side. See ya.